TLC and Destiny's Child, they destroyed black relationships for 50 years.
TLC and Destiny's Child.
Yeah. Bills, no scrubs, all that rhetoric that they have. For real.
Scrubs. How that song go again?
I don't want no scrubs. A
Scrub
is a guy
a scrub is a guy who thinks he's fine, is always down.
Also known as a buster.
Always think about what he want and just sits on his broke ass.
Okay.
So.
And so that was the jam, right? But they promoted this rhetoric. I mean, like, there's nuances to everything. Nobody wants a person who has no ambition. Nobody wants that, right?
Facts.
But once you set this tone and tempo, they have just changed the whole dating market. I mean, that song, along with artificial intelligence, it's already came and took over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we give our whole dating life to a fucking computer.
Right.
Sheesh.
Yeah. All the apps.
Hey, look. I was like, because Chat GPT is like the biggest thing right now. Everyone's talking about this thing, how it can write a book for you in like 30 seconds.
Right.
Say, dear ChatGPT, write this book for me, and they just start writing the book, right?
Right, off an idea.
Yeah. And so they're so worried about this, how powerful this AI is. But Tinder's pretty powerful.
What do they think, it's gonna evolve or something?
No, I'm just saying, like, Tinder has already changed the way that we date.
That's
true.
So
the impact of the computer. Like, we already gave our love life to a computer screen, you know what I'm saying? You used to walk into a room and have chemistry and shit. I look at you and smile. But that's completely,
Yeah.
Oh, that's only behind me.
Somebody tapped the shoulder.
Oh, shit. A nigga ramp up his own fucking
Think about artificial intelligence. Right.
Because that shit is a beast. It's like, hey, it's happening. And it's so scary because, like, when you take artificial intelligence and you combine that with pop culture, like TikTok has the ability to make a song go viral so quickly.
Yeah.
What's the girl? Her name is like Ice or something, and she talks about having men eat her all the time.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I think she just goes to men and have them just eat her. She calls them a munch. She said, "You're a munch."
I love it.
Do you really?
Who don't love head?
Oh, shoot.
Everybody likes head.
We got to this perverted culture, and it makes it really hard. It
is perverted, yeah.
It's highly perverted. And there's something about chastity that's beautiful. Highly sexualized. I like cookies. I'm not supposed to eat cookies all day.
Yeah.
And we don't have any self-control. It's like this insatiable urge to just overindulge in sexual experiences. And it's like, holy man, there's so much more than just sexual experiences. I don't know. Right now, the modern person is just on this perpetual dopamine high. From sex to the phone, and it's just like, I'm just overly stimulated all the time.
There's some freedom in like being able to have some sexual like understanding and freedom of who you are, right? That feels good.
Does it? I don't know. I mean, I think discipline and sacrifice and shit. I think that shit feels good.
It's a double-edged. It's a balance. Yeah.
I mean, eating the cookies feels great. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it feels better like when I had 2 cookies for dessert after I walked my. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit,
it's a balance.
It's like a reward.
A reward. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
But then when I'm not feeling that great in the movie, I'm sitting there, I'm watching Netflix, and the movie is so good. And then when I get done, the whole row of cookies is gone.
No cognizance.
I feel like I don't feel that great. You know? And just to be aware of that. But we've gotten so used to this dopamine high that like we don't even notice. Like I want to be in that place all the time. And then when I'm not in that place anymore, when that dopamine drops, I'm depressed.
It is an overindulgence,
And now depression is running rampant in our society. We're wondering like, why is this happening? And we have like these strange expectations for each other and our relationships, for ourselves. It's like a perverse ideology is just completely destroying the whole American society. And it's like, can we have honest conversations about relationships, about love, just about interpersonal communication and relationships?
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Am I going too hard?
No, it makes a lot of sense. People try to force their ideology on you. If you're not like me, then I can't understand how you think.
I'm so okay with you disagreeing with my position. And I can still like you. I just be like, damn, she thinks different sometimes.
Yeah.
That's an idea. I never thought about that idea.
Yeah.
It's a different ass idea.
Right. And there's a balance to everything because to a certain extent, if you have a certain lifestyle that I don't agree with, I may not hang out with you all the time.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm not going to condemn you. because you won't be what I want you to be.
That thought right there is just keeping us from falling in love with people.
Yeah.
Instead of using the law of attraction, it's unfortunate. I know in the Black community, we can't even have a conversation about the law of attraction because you're like, hey, that's black magic. That's not of God.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, law of the universe and all that.
The law of attraction. What are you talking about? God gives you what God gives you. The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh.
Right.
You ain't got no say. Your fate is preordained. Like this rhetoric that we have in our society, it's all this stuff is anti-love. You know, it's against love. To be honest, I would say it's hate. You know,
it is. Yeah.
If I can't have self-exploration and explore ideas, then I don't think that's freedom.
People do be hating, and that's a market, and that's their one job, to hate.
My whole entire life is confined to 66 books written by some people that I don't know. I never met them. I can't meet them. They existed thousands and thousands of years ago.
Right.
Shoots. How dare I think that I can't be great?
Right. Who are you?
Man, God is writing the book of me right now. That's exciting.
Yeah.
And 1,000 years from now, some person is going to read the book of me and be like, damn, he existed.
Right. Manifestation.
But in the book of me, I'm finna tell you that you're not supposed to be me. You're supposed to be the most incredible you possible. We can't have that conversation. Because we're looking at Instagram and we comparing ourselves to this a filter. That ain't no real person.
Yeah, comparison can be a dangerous game if you don't know who you are.
Comparison. I don't think competition. I refuse to think competition, because in the whole entire universe, there's only one me, right?
Right.
And so if I can be the best me possible, I'm doing that better than anyone in the whole entire universe. And that's actual power.
Yeah, bitch, it's called self-esteem.
Man, but you know what? I can't put that in no hook, though. If I could put that in the hook, I'll be a bad motherfucker. You know what I mean? Hell, if I could rhyme like Kendrick Lamar, right? But I'm more like Talib Kweli.
Right.
I can't rhyme like that nigga neither, though.
I love him. Yeah.
Do you really?
Yeah.
He's a fuck nigga.
Why? Why is he a fuck nigga?
Just because of his thought patterns, you know. He thinks that like black people are supposed to be monolithic.
You know monolithic. What does that mean?
Just, you know, we all share the same idea.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I have context clues. I know mono means one. Yeah, that we're supposed to have the same. Yeah. And
people like that, man, pop culture and artificial intelligence are destroying the black community. I can't stand these people. And we look up at these folks, and these folks are somewhere, and they don't give a damn about us.
They really don't. What's really funny is when the pop culture shows all that money in them videos. That ain't their money.
No. Most of that money is prop money too.
Right.
They have no real money on set. That's for real phony money.
Yeah.
These people that we listen to, man, like I said, TLC. I said TLC destroyed the black dating market for 50 years.
Yeah, and Destiny's Child.
Yeah, and Destiny's Child. But TLC, them like no scrubs, right?
Right.
And the lady is running around being a scrub herself, burning down houses and stuff like that.
Oh shit.
And we listen at these folks, and we take the information from people who are completely just not very good people. And we aspire to be not good people. How dare we, huh?
Players fuck up too.
We all do. I mean, hell. And that's the most beautiful part, man. Once we get, oh my gosh, one of the best stories, right? I'm sitting in the airport. I had just came back from a mission trip, and it was me and some white folks, yes? Right. And this is tall, pretty model-looking white girl, huh? Yeah. And so she was excited to talk to me. I'm like, you want to talk to old black-ass me? That's beautiful. And she told me, so like, she was running a game, and so she told me the thing that made it possible for her to talk to me was she said, my mom told me that everyone goes number 2. I said, everyone. I said, that's the great normalizing thing, that everyone takes a poop. Right. I said, okay, I get it now. That makes a whole lot of sense. Shit, right. And so once you realize that everyone has to take a shit sometimes, yeah, all of a sudden you knock that person off the pedestal, and you just have a conversation to get to know that person. Same level. To dive deep. Yeah. I think, like, you know what I'm saying, we're doing so much light work in America. We need to dive deep and really fall in love with people. Right. But for me to love you, I want what's best for you and not what's best for me. Yeah. I ain't finna love you out of the law of force. Oh, I'm finna say these things. Once I say I love her, then I'm gonna capture her mind. Yeah. And then I'm gonna make love to her body. And now I got her body. And now I know that since I have her in this potion, she's completely just captured. Manipulation. I'm gonna ask her to do some fuck shit. Yeah, to get that's not love, man. Right. That's confusion. It is confusion. And if you ain't aware that you might get lost in that sauce, then hell, you might lead to your own demise. You might lead yourself to your own demise. And that's more scary than giving a person the keys to your whole entire heart and soul, right?
It is.
Man, let's talk about some love, man. People don't want to have no honest conversation about love. These niggas, they don't be doing no loving. Hell, I only want you to do what I want you to do because it benefits me. And the moment it don't benefit me no more, I'm sorry, you got to go, right?
Yeah, because there is a part of the transactional that has to be considered, right? Because I'm not going to be, when you talk about religious terms,
I'm hooking.
Religious terms, unequally yoked.
Unequally yoked, yes.
That is part of the equation.
But I think being unequally yoked, I think that is based on like thoughts and beliefs, you know?
Yeah, and some people don't have enough to be self-aware enough to have their own beliefs. That's what
If I'm a confident and determined person, it's going to be really hard for me to be with a shy and meek person. Because they're always looking at me like, why are you being extra for? I'm not being extra, man. I'm really just being me.
Right.
And so, and maybe like 2 extroverts, I don't know how that's going to look. You know, so there's big energy on top.
Just a bitch that even if she is shy, to be able to accept the fact that that's who you are and like the fact that you are something that she's not.
Hey, to walk in that, right? To love a person, even though it is not what you are.
Right.
I think that's so sexy.
That is, that's appreciation.
That's beauty, right?
Admiration.
I think like to be with a person who is just like me, that might be boring.
Yeah.
Or it might be too exciting. I don't know. That might be a whole lot.
Might be overload, huh?
Yeah, damn, too much, man. We go too hard, too fast.
I think when TLC said, you know, what they were trying to talk about was the importance of somebody knowing who they are.
Tell me.
If somebody knows who they are, that is what makes it healthy. And I think when women say he needs to have a job and a car and this and this and that, the part that I understand that is important is most men that have that know who they are. And they feel confident because they got all that on their own. They carry themselves differently.
Those gentlemen be insecure as people with very expensive trinkets on.
That's possible too, yeah.
They be trying to hide their insecurities behind a whole bunch of money.
There's so many variables to all of this.
It's so many variables, and to have an honest conversation about it is the most bestest. But you know, everything in life is a results-based business. It is.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking at the folks on the television screen, the people that we love to sing their songs. I want to know what their life is. Yeah. Like I want to go to their life right now. TLC. Where is T-Boz?
Yeah.
How handsome is her husband? Is he a scrubber or not?
Right.
Is she even married? I think I'm answering my questions already. You know what I'm saying?
Practice what you preach, what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. They had this ideology. They spread this ideology, and I'm looking at my society right now, and it's not working for a whole lot of people who look just like them. That has devastating consequences. And so, if you can't have a conversation, hold yourself accountable for the rhetoric that destroyed your community, then hell, that's a problem.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. It is.
For me. Hell, I was a little kid listening to Tupac, you know what I'm saying? Dear Mama. Even as a crack fiend mama, always was a black queen mama.
Right.
I had a whole wonderful mother, and I'm listening to a guy talk about a woman who didn't give a damn about herself or her child.
Right.
And we're pedestalizing that.
Right.
And in the black community, it's so unfortunate for me to even have to say this, but we pedestalize bullshit.
Right. Yeah.
Zero accountability, zero responsibility, will not fight for what I believe in.
And that's the wild part. Yeah, that's the part. Accountability is the biggest part. If more people would enter into relationships with their own accountability, with understanding and consideration and patience, most people don't have that type of multitasking skills.
Hey, I listen real good, right? And for me to have the rhetoric for me to say that black people are powerful and they should behave like powerful people, somebody's going to call me some type of bad name like a coon or Uncle Tom. No, we're not powerful. Do you know we had slavery? Don't you know Jim Crow existed? Don't you know about crack laws? And I'm like, yeah, I know about all those things.
Right.
I faced them, beat them, still here, still going. I'm excited about what the possibilities, man.
How dare you bring up accountability?
A little resistance makes you strong, nigga.
There's a reason why I am like this, and I don't have to be accountable for what they did to me.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Hey, everyone goes through some shit. Don't want to hear that part, though, huh? You want like the trauma Olympics. I'm not trying to be like the most bestest cripple, nigga. I'm trying to be the most strongest Olympian, nigga. What's up?
trauma Olympics, as in like we are competing about who has the biggest trauma.
Hell yeah.
That's wild. That was a great analogy. Well, I've been through this.
And I've been through that. And watch this. You know the most bestest secret that don't nobody tell black folks in the whole world?
What?
Don't nobody give a damn.
The world don't owe you nothing.
Nobody owes you shit. Huh?
Yeah, that's true.
The world is about negotiation. If you're not willing to negotiate it, then you ain't finna get it.
Yeah. And if I know don't nobody owe me anything.
Right.
That's why I appreciate the, you know what I mean? The genuine, when people do give their time. Time is really the only currency. That's how I know when somebody genuinely cares.
I mean, like, to me, the best quote is, to live gratitude is to touch heaven. And that means that every moment of your life, you're just thankful. When a person shows up for you, you're just thankful.
Thankful, yeah.
Man, with everything that happens, you're thankful.
Yeah.
And so it never gets to a place of entitlement. And I think a lot of folks are entitled right now.
Don't be sorry, ho. Be thankful.
Hey, let's be thankful that we can have a conversation. One day I woke up and I wasn't a little kid no more.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, the things that I was doing as a little kid really hurt my life, really hurt my way of thinking. And I'm not going to try to rationalize no Tupac and no Biggie. You hear me?
Right, yeah.
And Biggie Small said, fuck a tussle, shoot your daughter in the calf muscle. Give me the loot, give me the loot.
Right.
I'm a child, and that's the ideology that I'm perpetuating.
Right.
I'm running around with a pistol talking about give me the loot.
Right.
And you tell me, no, it's just entertainment. Not to a 15-year-old boy. So
how did you get from that? How did you get out of that as you got older?
Life is results-based business.
You were like, I'm not getting the result. You were asking yourself why you weren't getting the results you wanted?
Man, I didn't want to go to prison for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
You know, I watched my friend get murdered, okay? A lick gone wrong. Holy. I taught him how to rob. And then I had to say goodbye to my friend. Say, hey, man, this is not the life that I want for myself. And I'm so thankful that I made a better decision.
You were accountable.
Hell no. That shit haunts me every day. I miss that person.
Right.
If I never taught that person how to rob, that person might still be here. That's accountability, yes?
Yeah. That's why people don't do it. You see how painful that can be? That's why people don't. That's why they dodge accountability.
Man, I got lights on me right now. I got a camera on me right now, and these tears want to fall from my face so bad. Yeah. But I want to have a conversation about love and how you show love. Yeah. And I think the most important way to show love is to tell the truth.
Yeah.
To be honest. Are you gonna talk shit about what I done? Nigga, my brain talks shit to me all the time.
How do you feel about? Do you think there's a certain way people should serve their truth? Like when they say do it with love or do it with, like, how do you give truth in not an offensive way?
Ooh, like if you want to show a person that you love them, go ask them a question about them and then listen to them. And then after they tell you about them, figure out whatever resources you have and help them.
Yeah.
And don't even talk about yourself. Don't ask for nothing. Boom.
Yeah. And people that's the transaction.
That shit gets me excited.
That's the transaction, because people say, well, why do they deserve what I can give?
Because you care.
Right.
Because you want to be a living example of love.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, like one day I was sitting in incarceration and I said, I want to be a living ambassador of love. I'm like, that. I just want to be of service. How can I be of service? What can I do? Because I was so tired of like people saying, I love you and I love you. But all they wanted was something. Every time I heard the word I love you, I was looking for an ask. There was a follow-up question. They needed something. They needed me to do something. They needed my time, needed my attention, they needed my resources.
Yeah.
Like, how do you love me when you need me? Right.
Yeah.
I don't need you.
Yeah. Yeah, I do, but I don't. I do, but I don't.
No. I'm the energy source.
Yeah.
And it's not being reciprocated.
Yeah.
We both know this.
And that also is part of the equation. Okay, I have to have accountability. That's a dark road sometimes. But then when I don't do when I don't do what you want, okay, are you still going to be giving into something that isn't serving you?
I'm not asking anyone to enter. Please do not be in an abusive relationship. That's not what I'm asking.
Right.
I'm saying that you give what you can give to the best of your ability.
Don't overextend.
Like, hey, knowledge of self is, you know what I'm saying, to thy own self be true. I have to know who I am as a person, what I'm capable of. And if I don't know what I'm capable of, I can overextend myself. Right. This is personal accountability. Life is hard. Being a good human being is hard. It requires work. And the question is, man, if you want to show somebody that you love them, you have to do that work.
Right.
And if you say I love you and everything, you just expecting. Right. I don't know what that is.
Do something because it feels good for you to do it, not because you expect to get something from doing it.
I mean, I did it because I love you.
Yeah. Straight up.
I did it because I love you.
Straight up.
Shit.
Yeah. That's why we light warriors, though. Because that shit ain't built. Everybody ain't built for this type of thing.
When you said that comment talking about light warrior, I'm like, that's so exciting. A light warrior.
Yeah, because we out here in this battlefield. I'm a whole warrior, like serving on the light side, and I get battle scars sometimes, but I'm so accountable and I know that I have so much power. I go back, I heal myself and I go back out there.
The greatest American alive.
This luxurious ass nigga, he ain't fooling nobody.
Man, this is HEB. This ain't even no Perrier or nothing.
This nigga got bamboo toilet paper.
Once upon a time. It was a sale.
This nigga's different all the way down to how he wipe his ass.
It was a sale, man. I was like, shit.
Mm-hmm. The greatest American alive. The greatest American alive. The greatest American alive. The greatest American alive. The greatest American alive.